Hi guys, and welcome to Premier League Edition Week 26. We'll go straight to the 3 o'clock kickoffs tomorrow. There's no lunchtime kickoff, and we start with Crystal Palace versus Middlesbrough. Obviously, I've said about Crystal Palace this season, they've been struggling a little bit. They haven't been the best. I think they're down in the relegation battle at the moment. Middlesbrough, on the other hand, they've impressed me this season. I think they're about 13th, 12th in the table. They've done quite well in the Premier League, as I've said, So I'm going to fancy them to nick it. Tomorrow I'm going to go Crystal Palace 1, Middlesbrough 2. Even though I say that Crystal Palace has been poor this season, I do expect them to give Middlesbrough a bit of a hard game, and it's a tough place to go, Selhurst Park, by the way, but I do expect Middlesbrough to nick it. I'm going to go 2-1. We then have Hull versus Burnley. Obviously a fantastic result for Burnley, drawing to Chelsea 2 weeks ago. Bit of a different game this week. Two teams down the bottom here in a relegation battle, which is Hull versus Burnley. I always talk about important 3 points when you face each other in a relegation battle, but again, I'm not going to give either team 3 points. I'm going to go Hull 1, Burnley 1. Although I do want to add as well, since I think it's Marco Silva that's took over at Hull, they have been really impressive. They have turned their corner, and I do think that he will get them out of trouble. So I think he's a very good manager, and they have looked like a completely different team since he's took over. So I do think Hull will get out of trouble with this new manager. But just to clarify that, I have gone 1-1 for that result. We then have Everton versus Sunderland, and again, no disrespect to Sunderland, but I do expect Everton to win this quite comfortably. Yes, I've said that a couple of times this season with teams, but it is what it is. So I'm going to go Everton 2, Sunderland 0. Obviously, Southampton and Arsenal don't play this weekend because obviously Southampton are in the Capital One Cup final with Manchester United, but I'll put the result down anyway to what I would have gone. So for that result, I would have gone Southampton 1, Arsenal 1. We then have West Bromwich Albion versus Bournemouth. I've gone exactly the same result. West Bromwich Albion 1, Bournemouth 1. I'm actually looking forward to this game, to be honest, because we've had some funny games with Bournemouth this season, with Everton, and I thought they did quite well against Manchester City actually as well. They've had a funny game with Arsenal. Remember that one? They were 3-0 up and then drew 3-3. So yeah, they're a funny side, Bournemouth, and sometimes Baggies can have a funny game as well. So I'm going to go 1-1 for this one, but I do think it'll be quite a lively game, this one. So I'm looking forward to that one actually. We then have Chelsea versus Swansea. Again, I did say a couple of weeks ago with Burnley, I didn't expect too much problems for Chelsea, but ended up drawing 1-1. But it is at Stamford Bridge this week against Swansea, so I'm going to go for the same thing. Can't really see much of a problem, so I'm going to go Chelsea 2, Swansea 0. We then have the 5:30 kickoff, which is Watford versus West Ham. Two teams that have been dreadful this season compared to what there was last season. Two very disappointing teams this season, as I said, but I do think that West Ham are the stronger out of the two, so I'm going to go Watford 0, West Ham 2. We have one Sunday game in the Premier League on Sunday, which at 1:30, which is Tottenham versus Stoke, and again I expect Stoke to have a little bit of a good go. They will cause a couple of problems for Tottenham, but on the whole, I expect Tottenham to win this quite comfortably. I'm going to go Tottenham 3, Stoke 1. And obviously Manchester City and Man U would have been playing this weekend, but obviously because Man U are in the Cup, they don't play, but I'll give them my result anyway. I would have gone Manchester City 1, Man U 1. And then to wrap up the weekend, at 8 o'clock, we have Leicester versus Liverpool. Again, don't take Leicester as mugs. They're a funny side. They can't look what they did to Manchester City early in the season. They're a funny side, Leicester. They did do quite well against Man U until Man U scored actually. So, but I do think again, Liverpool will just have they have got the better quality, so that they'll just about nick it. I'm going to go Leicester 1, Liverpool 2. So that's been this fixtures for this week, guys, and I'll see you next week for next week's predictions. Sorry, this was a bit rushed. I've been having a mad day today. I've had an absolutely horrendous day. Just been really busy. I've not long been home, so I've just rushed through these videos because obviously it's the best time I would have got a chance to do it. So I hope you've enjoyed, guys, and I will see you next week for next week's predictions. Thank you for watching, guys.